Hey guys, it's Caaliyah and I am back with another video. So it has been, 2 weeks since I had my daughter Samaya, and yeah, if you haven't seen my labor and delivery vlog, definitely check it out. I'll put it down below in the description box. You guys left me a lot of love and it got quite a bit of views, so I just thank everyone who watched it and left me positive comments. But I just wanted to touch on a subject, sorry I keep saying that I don't think a lot of women really talk about. I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken. Obviously, from the title, I'm going to be talking about why I stopped breastfeeding. So, let me just get into this whole thing. I wanted to breastfeed Samaya because I just, this is my second child. I'm only 22, and as of now, I don't want any more kids, and who knows if I'm going to want any, as time goes by. So in my head, this is my last baby. I didn't breastfeed with my last child, well, my first child, Malia. So I was like, you know what? I want to try breastfeeding. And then also in my mind, I just thought breastfeeding was going to be so much easier than a bottle. It's like you just wake up, pop your boob out, go back to sleep. And I was definitely wrong when it came to that. Breastfeeding is definitely not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. But that is the reason why I wanted to breastfeed. So I breastfed Samaya as soon as she came out. And I feel like the problem, I don't know, I feel like the initial problem was they didn't show me how to get her to latch when she first came out. When she first came out, they were just like, oh, well, you should put her on your boob, since you're breastfeeding, get her eating, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of just popped her on my boob. Like, I didn't, I just thought that was what you did. So I feel like that was what kind of that just didn't make things good. So yeah, I was breastfeeding while in the hospital, and I did have, the lactation, is it? Yeah, no, lactation, come into my room, obviously, and they were giving me tips on how to get her to latch and how to stop my nipples from hurting, because they were hurting so bad, and everyone was telling me, it shouldn't hurt. If your nipples are hurting, then that's a sign that she's not latching. They did say that they were going to get a little raw, a little sore, maybe a little cracked, just, during the first couple of weeks. My body's getting used to, a baby feeding on my boobs. So they said that was going to happen, and it definitely did. My boobs were so freaking raw and sore, and they hurt so bad. Yeah, so I just feel like I was having a hard time getting her to latch. Even when the lacticians came into the room, I just don't feel like it was a good experience. Now that I'm looking back, they would wait until she was on my nipple, not latching on good, and then try to help from there. And I feel like they should have helped me before I actually was feeding her, so I could do it right instead of doing it wrong and then trying to figure it out, So when I got home, my boobs were already sore from her sucking on them. They were already hurting, and it was just really painful. So when I got home, it just got worse. Like, literally, it got worse. Her sucking on it, everything. So I think the second day that I had gotten home, I just took it upon myself to do some research. I was Googling, I watched videos on how to get, your baby to latch. I tried everything, and it was just not working. Excuse my voice. I feel like my voice is going out. Let me get some cranberry juice. Okay, so, yeah, I tried everything. I tried all the different techniques, everything, and it just was not, I don't know. I feel like there were times where she did latch on. I don't know what I did, but there were times because it did not hurt at all. Even though my boobs were all sore and cracked and hurting and all that horrible stuff. There were times where I didn't feel anything. I just felt her, you know, I felt her sucking on them, but it didn't hurt. But for the most part, it just hurt so bad, you guys. And then to top it off, I think what also made it worse was once my milk came in, my boobs were like just huge. So I feel like the fact that my boobs were just so huge and she couldn't really, my nipple area and everything was just huge, and I feel like that also made it hard for her to latch on. And obviously I know you guys are probably like, why didn't you pump? I did pump. I do have the Spectra S2 pump. I got it through my insurance for free. I was pumping, and I just feel like it was not helping. I would pump, she would feed, and I feel like they would just fill up so fast, and it just felt useless. And I can't pump all day. I don't know about y'all, but I can't pump all day. I have a 3-year-old that I have to tend to, so I wasn't about to sit there and pump forever. On top of that, I was tired as heck. So, yeah, waking up in the middle of the night to breastfeed, especially when it hurt so bad, I was not getting any sleep. You should have saw my bags under my eyes. It was horrible. And the pain just kept increasing, you guys. When I felt like it was getting better, when I had that feeding that didn't hurt, then the next feeding, it just hurt so bad. So, I kind of just spaced out. What the heck was I talking about? Oh, I remember. It was getting to the point where I was crying because one, it hurt so bad, and two, I did not want to feed my child. Like, I can be completely honest. You don't know how, well, if you went through this, but the feeling I had, just getting out the hospital with my new baby, I should be so happy and excited. Even though I was, obviously very happy, and I loved cuddling her and I loved looking at her, taking pictures. Feeding her was just so depressing, and it was so painful that I did not want to feed her. There were some moments, some feedings where I would just let her cry for a little bit so I could mentally prepare myself for the pain. Like, I know that sounds so silly, but that is how bad it hurt. And, I didn't want to feel that way. I didn't want to feel angry and depressed and sad and upset, to feed my child, because that's exactly what was happening. I was really depressed the first week of having her due to breastfeeding. And due to the lack of sleep I was getting from breastfeeding. So that is the main reason why I stopped. It was just too much for me. And I know a lot of people, hopefully I don't get a lot of backlash on this, you guys. I don't want any drama in the comments, because I know a lot of breastfeeding moms, actually majority of them, they can be so tough and hard on when it comes to mothers who don't breastfeed. Like, they just make them feel like the scum of the earth, and they are the worst moms ever, and they're just so horrible for feeding their child formula. How dare they? How could they? Yeah. They're just, I don't know. I just feel like if you breastfeed your child, great. If you want to give tips or you want to encourage other moms to breastfeed, that is great. But don't sit here and make other moms feel like crap for choosing a different route. Everyone parents differently, so I just feel like if someone wants to formula feed, let them formula feed. It's not the end of the world. I formula fed my daughter Caaliyah. She was fine. She was perfectly healthy. She was advanced. I didn't have any problems with her. So me personally, I'm not all, when it comes to breastfeeding and stuff, do what you want. If you want to breastfeed, breastfeed. If you want to formula feed, formula feed. Now, I know breastfeeding definitely is better for babies. You know, they get all that good stuff that is in our natural breast milk. But formula milk is just fine. Like that, I don't know, that's just how I feel. So I ended up switching to formula with Samaya because one, I just needed my sanity back. And I know people are probably like, it's not about you, it's about the baby. I know that, but in order for me to take care of my baby, I need to be okay as well. I can't sit here and be depressed and angry feeding my child every day just for her to get some milk when she can get some formula milk and I can be just fine. That's kind of just how I feel about it. Ever since I switched to the formula, I feel so much better. I'm getting rest. As you guys can see, I'm gonna have a little bit of bags because it's kind of late and I'm recording. But yeah, switching to formula has just made my life 10 times better. Samaya, she switched on to the formula very easily. I haven't had any problems, so yeah. I am glad that I did breastfeed for that first week though, because she got, what is it? Is it colostrum? Whatever that good stuff is that comes in the first couple days, whatever that the babies need. She got all that good stuff, so I'm satisfied with that. Yeah, that is pretty much why I stopped breastfeeding, you guys. It is one, well, for me personally, it was just way too painful. I couldn't figure out the latching thing. I couldn't do it. And I know a lot of people were telling me to see a lactician and go whatever. I did not feel like doing all that. Like, I really didn't. I know that sounds horrible, but I was so freaking tired. I just had a baby, you know. I'm not getting any sleep. I'm not about to drive to no freaking lactation, and I couldn't find one close to me. So, yeah. So, I know some of you might be asking, how did you stop breastfeeding? I kind of just stopped and let my boobs get engorged. And, engorgement is just when your breasts get really full of milk, and it hurts really bad. They get like rock hard, and it looks like you got a freaking boob job. It feels like your boobs are gonna pop out your armpits. Like, it hurt really bad. So I think I went almost a full day being engorged. I pumped a little bit. I pumped both just a little bit. Then I was engorged for the next couple of days. So now my boobs are just fine. They don't hurt. This one hurts just a little bit. I think it's been about 3-4 days. But I feel like this one should be better by tomorrow. And yeah, my boobs are fine. My nipples are, I think, yeah, they're pretty much healed finally. So that is that when it comes to breastfeeding. I personally would never breastfeed again. Yeah, I tried it. That is one thing I can say. I wanted to try it. I tried it. It wasn't successful, but I did it. So that is how I feel about breastfeeding. That is why I stopped breastfeeding. So let me know down below how you feel about breastfeeding. If you had a good experience, if you didn't. I know a lot of people, a lot of moms actually DM'd me when I had posted that I stopped breastfeeding and said they went through the exact same thing. So I didn't feel alone. Yeah, you guys, that is the end of this video. Like I said, let me know down below your experience. Please do not be bashing and arguing and all that stuff down below in the comments. If you are a breastfeeding mom, you can definitely put some tips or encourage other moms to breastfeed. But please don't make anyone feel bad for formula feeding. Don't make me feel bad for formula feeding. Let me go get this little girl. I know, baby. Looking so pretty. You are so pretty. I love my baby. I love my baby. about your belly? But yeah, please guys, don't make me feel bad for formula feeding. It was my decision. I'm perfectly happy with my decision. My decision's not gonna change. So, yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, you guys. And I also did post a day in the life video with Samaya, so you can kind of see, like, you know, how the day went. The only difference that's in that video is, you know, I'm no longer breastfeeding, but yeah. So I will see you guys in my next video, huh? Say, Mommy, I don't want to be on the camera. Say, I want to go eat, huh? All right. Can you look? You just want to yawn. Oh, baby. Shh. All right, you guys. Let me go ahead and go. I will see you guys in my next video.